So, as you guys know, the Halo Infinite gameplay reveal was yesterday, the 23rd of July. And as a longtime Halo player, I had a lot of stuff to say. Little backstory on me, I grew up playing Bungie Halo games on the original Xbox and the 360, but since 343 took over the series, and especially since I moved to PC, I've largely walked away from Halo. I think 343 ruined the series. So, seeing a, quote, return to form Halo game from this studio definitely got me thinking. Apologies for the inconsistent audio. This conversation was ripped from my stream as I was talking to Chad about the whole Halo Infinite reveal. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you later. I'm gonna be straight up. That reveal was so underwhelming. So okay, starting from the beginning of that, they hyped up the Halo Infinite reveal so much. They were hyping it up so much, and then it ended up being like 5 minutes of gameplay, 5 minutes of the most basic gameplay you've ever seen. So that was annoying. Graphics don't look good. They don't look bad, but they look like Halo 3 graphics because they have to make it run on the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. Shocker, that's gonna hold back the graphics. I appreciate it's running at 60. It's not gonna. We all know it's not gonna stay at 60 because it has to run on the Xbox. So there's that. Third of all, weapon models don't look great. Gun sounds don't sound great. Covenant design looks like ass. The level design is very flat. Like this is the thing I did. I recorded a little thing. I was on stream with Mario Sniper and Fizz this morning. I don't know if they're gonna make a video out of it, but the big thing that I was harping on with Halo Infinite was it literally looks like 343 trying to make CE, but different enough that it's still a 343 game, and that's not gonna work because 343 made a deliberate attempt to speed up Halo. Armor abilities, universal sprint, all that shit. They made a deliberate attempt to speed up Halo. Whereas the Bungie games were a lot slower. They know that 343 knows nobody wants fast Halo anymore. So they're deliberately trying to call back to CE with the art style and with the box art, and now with the removal of all the armor abilities and stuff, or supposed removal of them. So they're deliberately slowing down the game, but then they still keep sprint, and they add a grapple hook. There's no way these things are going to be... Like, you literally cannot have fast Halo and slow Halo in the same game at once. It's not going to work. And the level design just... If the AI is smarter than a bag of rocks, that level design is going to be unbearable. It looks like they were trying to They're trying to redo Halo CE, but also throwing in a couple things of modern game design. So every game needs a grapple hook now. Every game needs sprint now. Every game has to be open world now. But then they're still trying to be like, oh no, we know what makes Halo good. So we're basically remaking CE with all these modern mechanics, and it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. All that on top of the fact that it looks like crap. It doesn't look like crap, but it definitely does not look like a Halo game. Thank you. It doesn't look like crap, but it definitely does not look like a next-gen game that's been in development for 5 years. So... Too long didn't read. I am incredibly not expecting anything impressive from Halo Infinite. I just don't think it's going to be very good. I think it's going to be, at best, average. Because I understand I'm biased. I'm always going to be biased because I grew up on Bungie Halo. And I really don't like where Halo went. So I understand that I'm biased. But I try to be as, as subjective as I can. Or as objective as I can with things like this. I think Halo Infinite's going to be better than 4 and 5. But it's still not going to be that good. Because like I said, it looks like 343 is trying to be both a Bungie game and a 343 game at the same time. It's just not going to work. You have to hard commit to one side. But I think that's my biggest problem with it, is they're trying to... 343 has a really bad habit of using Halo basically as a vessel to copy whatever's popular. And it looks like that's what they're doing. Open world games are popular now. Linear FPS games are not popular anymore. Slow-paced FPS games are not popular anymore. Non-mobile FPS games are not popular anymore. So when you say you're going to do a return to form in a series that is traditionally a more linear, slower-paced, non-mobile shooter like Halo... Of course they're going to be throwing in a grapple hook and keeping sprint in there. I appreciated them bringing back the old ADS, though. There was one part where you could tell that there was a rifle zoom in, but then he got kicked out when he took damage. I like that, because that's definitely going to be more old school. And I'm trying not to be hypocritical about this, because I love Halo Reach is the thing. Reach is one of my favorite games, one of my favorite shooters, at least, of all time. But Reach didn't play like classic Halo is the thing. Reach got away with there being armor abilities and extra movement because Reach wasn't trying to be CE. And I think that's the problem here. Halo Infinite is very blatantly trying to look and play like Halo CE. But if you put Halo Reach movement into CE, it wouldn't have worked. I don't know if anything I'm saying is making sense. It's making sense in my head, but I'm also an idiot, so. I thought the gameplay looked serviceable, but the graphics are underwhelming. I think it's all underwhelming. I think the whole thing was... I think the whole presentation was underwhelming. I think the entire Xbox presentation didn't have to happen. I think the whole reason I think the Xbox presentation was so underwhelming was because, like I said, they were hyping this Halo announcement and this Halo reveal. They were hyping it like crazy. But then it ended up being such a small part of the presentation. I think the rumors of the game being in the terrible state of production, I think it's completely true. I think originally this presentation for Halo was going to be a lot longer, but they only have so much to show. And then that ended up just killing the vibe of the entire presentation. I honestly think that's what happened. Because there's no way that a 5-minute gameplay presentation like that deserved all the hype that it got in the weeks leading up to this event. You know what I mean? That something just felt really... Something felt out of sync between the marketing for this and the actual reveal of this. And not even Microsoft is out of touch. I think the game is in a really bad state. I was already worried that the game was in a bad state. Now I'm convinced this game is in a really bad state after that presentation. I can't tell you what exactly I think the problem with Infinite is. I think it's all just so underwhelming. I think the graphics are being held back by the fact that it has to run on the Xbone. I think the gameplay is being held back by 343 trying to be 343 while also copying CE. I think CE's game design isn't even something that should be copied, because I love CE. I adore Halo CE. But that game design and that level design of CE, it literally only worked because the gameplay was the way that it was and the enemy AI was the way that it was. You change any of those two things, CE's level design is not good anymore. And I don't trust 343 to make good AI. You kidding me? I think the move to open world is a bad idea, the same way it was a bad idea for Gears of War. I also think 343 is god-awful at audio design. The guns sounded like shit. Like, there's no punch to the guns. When that one point in the trailer when he grapples towards somebody, there was no punch to that. Like, it just felt like there was no weight to anything that was happening. It just seemed lifeless. Halo is like The Simpsons from what you were saying. Both are extremely successful products that got progressively worse over time. It didn't used to be like that, though. It's because they changed developers. Halo got progressively better with Bungie, but then it changed developers, and then it got bad. But here's my hot-ass take. If 343 really is as flimsy with their game design and their vision for Halo as they're showing themselves to be, because they don't care. They clearly don't care. They're making giant changes to the formula with every new Halo game. They clearly are, whereas Bungie was like, no, this is how Halo was played. This is how Halo is played, we're improving upon the formula. But then 343 is like, a new formula, new Halo. Like, 343 doesn't give a shit about Halo design. So, hot fucking take right now. If they really are this flimsy with their game design, they shouldn't have even been trying to go back to basics. They should have gone completely far out. They should have gone even further than they did with Halo 5. They should have made fucking Titanfall Lawbreakers Halo. I would have been more interested in that than I am with Halo Infinite right now. Because it looks like a terrible imitation of CE. It looks like CE with a grapple hook and sprint. And that's not what I want. Because I don't trust you to be better than CE. So why even try? Go further in the direction that you were already going with Halo. If you're this uncaring about tradition and game design with the series. I'm not even trying to say that like a dick. Like, genuinely. If you don't want to make a core old school Halo game, don't. They've made it very clear with interviews over the years they don't want to make an old school Halo game. But now they're doing it anyways, and it's turning out exactly how I thought it would. It looks like a bunch of people making a game they didn't want to make.